Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy Handyman, Handy Andy on Demand, and welcome back to an inspection run through in Dunwoody today. Margaret Player, who's been a long time real estate agent in Atlanta, has this particular listing, and we're actually out for the buyers. The sellers have done a lot of maintenance on this house. They've changed a lot of the siding on these dormers. We're all masonite siding, and now they've been changed over to smooth as a bead hardy plank. They've hand painted the house, but whoever did it just didn't do a good job caulking. And so we're out today just strictly on what the inspector came across. And so you're going to see a lot of things around the house, like this kind of stuff in here. Wherever you see the blackness, it's gaps in the trim. They've never caulked these window sashes, and you can see where the air staples on the original wood sash windows, those were never caulked either. And so those areas are all just starting to rot now. But those are things that the home buyer can kind of catch up on later on. It's not something that's going to prevent the sale. They did a decent job here with these downspouts. They've got smooth pipe, 4-inch pipe, underground drains going out to the street, which is great because they'll never clog. When you have gutter helmets like this, they just need to be cleaned annually. On the front dormers, what they didn't replace is, you can see this molding right here is actually an interior molding, and because they didn't back prime it, it's warped and rotted all the way around. So the bottom pieces here and probably the side pieces on all of these dormers, you're going to see the same thing all the way through. As you come back through one of these windows, and I'm having a hard time finding which one it is, the inspector said that it had some rot, and I think it's this window right here. This inside frame on this dormer is rotted right here, and again you can see that trim piece right there. But they've changed everything out on the dormers. The columns are wood columns, and at this point in time it's better off to just caulk them and paint them up. So you see the gap right here, they've tried to putty over it before. We'll just caulk those and paint them and keep them going. A lot of people will switch those to synthetic. And we do that too sometimes. But they did address their drainage, so that's good to see. They've got another feed over here, and then it runs to your French drain out here, and it probably runs out to the backyard. So the sides are all in pretty good shape, except for just spot caulking. You'll see the window frames again in here. These sash points have never been caulked, and those will all start to rot. And again, we're really just looking at things that the inspector pointed out. We're not trying to find any new stuff. It's not why we're here. So whenever they get a house under contract, buyers will get a home inspector to come out and look for the issues with the house, and then the buyer and the seller will negotiate on an amendment, what's going to get fixed. And so the good thing back here, this is masonite siding. It's smooth and beaded masonite. And you can see where they replaced the bottom 2 rows with hardy, but then the next one up, whoever did the work, when they pulled it up, see how rough all these nail holes are? So these 2 boards right here need to be replaced. Rows 3 and 4, and I think it's rows 13 and 14 above the window. It's going to be hard to see it, but right in here, both of these pieces of siding have deteriorated, so we can replace those. But the buyers can have us come back through and then caulk every one of these nail heads. So you take a look at what we're talking about. You can come up through here, see the brush strokes? So they hand painted, which is great. That's what's protected the siding, but they didn't caulk anything. So this is a piece of hardy that was replaced in here. And then you can see up here, where you just got a little swelling in the masonite. And as you look up through, see the nail heads in here? These have never been caulked. See that? That nail hasn't moved, the siding has. But when you look down the edges of most of it, it's kind of hard to see because it's such an overcast, cloudy day here in Atlanta. The edges are all pretty tight when you're looking at the bottom edges. And that's really what we're looking for in masonite siding, if it's expanded or not. So this stuff, they got 4 rows on the left rear that need to be replaced. The rest of it's in good shape. Just keep it caulked and painted, caulk those nail heads and repaint it, hand paint it 1 coat, and you're good to go. And it stinks because these sellers just painted this house not long ago. On the left side of the deck, you can see where these 2 rows right here deteriorated, and we'll end up, this one isn't as bad, but this one is shot here, the 2nd row up, and we'll end up damaging the 3rd row a little bit to try and get that 2nd row out. So you just go ahead and replace it. Across this area back here, there's 1 piece of siding right here between the French doors and that 2nd window. We'd also replace this bottom row right here. It just wasn't done right. Whoever did this hardy right here, see? This should just be 1 continuous piece, not a joint in the middle and the gap underneath there. At this right window over here, there's a little rot in both of these brick molds right here, this one and this one. And one of these sills is rotted somewhere in here. I think it's this far left window, maybe. Yeah, right here. Right in the very corner right here, it's rotted through, and then we would redo this repair. We talk about this all the time. So whoever their painter was, don't use your painters for carpentry unless they really know what they're doing. This is a horizontal cut, and so what it's done is it's trapped moisture, and that's what's led this rot right here, plus the caulk failed right there. So always look for the black on your house. It's going to cost you money. See right here, same thing. See where the caulk has failed? That's kind of what the inspector was noting all around, just a lot of little spots. And then this upper dormer right here above the back deck, we've got one piece of damaged siding right here. And then you've got a rotted nose on this window right here. And I think there's one piece of siding somewhere. I can't remember now, sorry. And then the back side of this chimney, see the thickness on the edge right there? That's all original masonite siding that has expanded, and it all needs to be replaced on the back of the chimney. I don't know why they didn't do it, but they did this side, was probably pretty bad. And I'm guessing they did the front of it too. But overall, the house is in really nice shape. So we'll just write up these things. We pretty much do everything. My brother and I have been doing this stuff for, God, 25 years in Atlanta. It's hard to believe. It's me, my brother, and about 30 guys doing a little bit of everything. We started on demand recently for the little stuff, so you'll be able to call in and book 2 hours at a time for us to come out and do some little stuff for you. And again, this is just more caulking that the inspector picked up over in here. See these areas right here? It's just all little spot caulk stuff all over the house. And the painters missed that. There's a few windows that are peeling, like right in here, that can just get touched up. We've worked with these buyers for a while now, so we'll be happy to come back and help them. You can reach us at 770-912-2829 in the office. Sometimes you can catch me, Andy, personally at 770-265-9017. We do all kinds of stuff, everything except swimming pools and air conditioning. We've been out here a long time. Just be patient with us. We do a ton of this kind of stuff here, inspection repairs for realtors all over the metro Atlanta area. I'm Andy. See you at the next house. Bye for now.